Oh, God!
There we go.
Don't worry, it's okay.
Let go of me. Let go.
We're back on shift inside the ambulance.
Whoa, got a job.
Do you need me to get in the back?
You might have to stop.
With more medical emergencies.
I'm okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
And more cameras.
What's that up there?
That, Tyler, is a little camera.
We're taking you back to the heart of the action.
Just lie down for me. We're from the ambulance, OK?
I'm sorry.
I don't want to go to hospital, please.
There are some new faces.
I'm happy to be your crewmate.
I feel like we've bonded.
And some old friends.
I'm better driving than you.
Is it the fact that I'm faster and smoother than you?
Your driving's terrible.
How can I help?
Body-mounted cameras record every moment.
Nice deep breaths.
Come on, open up. Smash in.
To show you what goes on behind closed doors.
We'll get you right, all right?
You'll be on the front line with the ambulance crews from West Midlands Ambulance Service.
I don't need to be a doctor. I just need to know what I can do to help.
As they deal with 3,000 emergency calls each day.
We see so many people who get told that nasty C word. So many people can fight it now.
Step inside the ambulance.
You take care, mate.
All right, mate.
Thank you.
I thought today was going to be heat wave today.
To be fair, it's actually quite a nice temperature.
Why is it always rain on bank holidays? Oh no, my duck.
It's only gonna be sunny for 10, 15 minutes at a time anyway. At least that's the good thing about Wales. It just rains and it knows where it sticks to.
What, you don't get upset when it's...
Yeah, you don't get upset when it's sunny and then raining. It just rains. That I can live with.
The weather is awful, isn't it?
It's quite good, though.
Watch slow, right? See how the weather is now?
Yeah.
Wait till you get up into Bridgenorth.
Right.
And the weather will be different. When I said the weather changes in Bridgenorth, I didn't think it would be this bad. It's like gone worse, isn't it?
I was that tired when we finished our day shift. I was waiting for my dinner to cook and I was perched on the end of the sofa in the kitchen and then I yawned that hard I fell off the sofa. Got full blown. Just, you know when you have one of them yawns that just like makes your whole body go, "Gah," and I did that and I sort of started shuffling forward and I thought, oh, I'm going to go.
Stop saying yawn.
And I literally just went
It keeps making me yawn.
on the tiles. It was great.
Joe Wilson and Hannah Potter are 4 hours into their night shift.
What is going on tonight? Is it a full moon?
I was going to say, is it a full moon?
I don't think it is.
I can't see the moon, to be honest with you. And we are going to... We're going to an overdose.
999.
They've had a call from a panicked man who can't get into his girlfriend's flat. He's worried she's taken an overdose.
Patient taking overdose of unknown meds. Friend cannot get into her. Police en route. Okie dokie. Bit of door smashing action then. Have you got your door breaking boots on?
Yeah.
Hello, it's the ambulance service. Yeah, sound. Cheers.
Fortunately for Joe and Hannah, the patient's boyfriend has managed to gain entry to her flat.
Where am I going, mate?
Straight through, she's on the settee.
Straight through. Loads of animals. Hello, mate, all right? How are we doing?
I'm all right.
You all right? We've had a call, concerns that you've taken an overdose.
Took 5 paracetamol.
You took 5 paracetamol?
No one was here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I took 5. I'm not going to lie to you. I've took 5 paracetamol, so I need to sleep.
What time did you take the paracetamol, Chuck? Do you know what time you took it?
About half an hour ago.
About, or...?
About 20 minutes, half an hour ago.
Have we got a precise time? Because basically, paracetamol is not a very good drug for your body. And if it's within half an hour, I can get you to hospital quickly and we can kill whatever effects the paracetamol will give you by you drinking some charcoal. All right, but it means us going quickly.
Liquid charcoal can absorb up to 60% of the substance in the stomach before the body can process it.
You know, because it's a good 10 minutes to hospital from here, so...
Yeah, it's been longer than that.
It's been longer than half an hour. OK, all right.
Because Wendy took the paracetamol over half an hour ago, drinking liquid charcoal is no longer worthwhile.
Wendy took 5 paracetamol and the maximum daily dose is 8. You're supposed to take them 4 hours apart, 2 4 hours apart. So she had overdosed within the 4 hours, but it wasn't a daily overdose.
In this case, there wasn't much danger, as she'd only taken 5 paracetamol, so the risks were very minimal. But the prolonged use of paracetamol, overdosing on large quantities, can result in organ failure and a very slow and painful death. What was your reason for taking so many paracetamol, Chuck?
I just feel useless.
OK.
I've suffered with depression before.
Yeah.
I've always coped really well with it. All I want to do is I just want to have a decent night's sleep.
Wendy struggles with her mental health. A family argument this weekend has triggered her depression.
Have you been to your doctor about your sleeping habits?
No.
Been to the GP?
No, because I think I'm so big and tough.
I will warn you, just with paracetamol, it's an awful, awful drug, and to take too many is it's not going to make you sleep. I'll tell you that now, just for future. But I would suggest that you would, rather than play the tough cookie and stuff. I'd suggest you, if you've been going on for months, you're sleeping, then I would go and visit your GP over it, certainly.
Wendy has recently stopped taking her antidepressants and feels that this might be the reason why she's feeling so low.
So, me thinking I'm clever because I know what it's all about, I've just stopped it again.
OK. So if you had a low blood pressure, and doctor said you've got low blood pressure, take this tablet once a day, every day, for the rest of your life. That'll keep your blood pressure up, stop you from having any heart problems later on in life and that lot. Would you take that drug every day?
Of course I would, yeah.
Would you wean yourself off of it later on?
No.
Because that's sort of what you've done.
Yeah, no.
You know, it's like, it's nothing to be frowned upon, depression, and,
that is kind of apparent, obviously having it myself.
Yeah.
Sitting there now, I've got to get off my horse and dictate to everybody else. I need to go and see my doctor, and I need to probably have counselling as well, because it's...
OK, but don't get upset, mate.
It's issues from years ago as well, I think.
Yeah.
What's happened this weekend?
It's just been a complete exacerbation, and you've got the straw that's broke the camel's back, and that's understandable, mate, Dealing with patients that are depressed, you need to listen in and try and sympathise with how they're feeling.
They need to build a trust with us. They need someone they can open their heart to, basically. They need a shoulder to cry on and know that there is support out there for them, and we are there to help them and not judge them.
To be honest with you, you're going to need a bit of rest and recuperation, aren't you?
Yeah.
If you've had a tough weekend.
We'll work
tough
with her as well. And
what do you do?
I work for a vending company, but we're really short-staffed at the moment.
All right.
So all it is stress. It's Wendy do this, Wendy.
So when you say a vending company, do you mean like the machines, like
the
in...
machines and the drink machines and
snap machines.
Oh, really? Are you good?
Really good.
Yeah. Is your company good?
Yeah.
We're at Dudley and ours is absolutely rubbish. It's always breaking down.
You put the feelers out and then mention my name, I'll get £25.
Do ya?
Hannah and Joe are confident Wendy hasn't caused herself serious harm from the paracetamol and does not need to go to hospital.
What is it they say? The trials and tribulations and mistakes we make in life are wise lessons we can pass on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you think of it like that.
I will do. Will, definitely.
All right, we'll leave you in peace, then, OK? OK.
No problem at all.
No, it's our pleasure. Our pleasure, all right. You take care.
Hope you get sorted, Wendy.
Joe and Hannah say goodbye and head off for the rest of their night shift.
Take care, mate. Oh, cheers, buddy.
See you later.
Ta-ra.
I think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52 layers.
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required. Download Veely now.
And the fact that she said she tried to just like, be a trooper and not need a medication. A lot of people think like that, don't they?
I think it was important that we went there, you know, with her ongoing sort of depression and...
She needed to talk to someone, I think, if so much just for
and a bit of advice as well.
Yeah.
I love this job, and one of the main reasons is because it's so varied. Yeah. And I would never... I've been out to people who've broke their hips more than 10 times. Do you know what I mean?
And each job's different.
And they're all different.
Yeah.
Right. So you're an undertaker boss man before you did this then?
Yeah.
All right, so fill me in. I've got to be honest. So the only time I've ever spoken to one is when I've called them in this job.
It's a great job being an undertaker. I loved it.
Right, I suppose it's not like you're ever going to be out of work, are you? Because people, unfortunately, will always die. And you know, you're never going to be out of work. It's like in this job, people are always going to be sick.
All the time.
I can remember my first ever shift as a student. I spent most of it in the back with a vomit bowl.
Because you forgot to bring a chewing gum.
Because I felt really sick. We're going to an 84-year-old female who's fallen. Her injuries are unknown.
What's her name?
Patricia.
Hannah Simpkins and Michelle McNulty are on their way to an elderly lady who lives alone and has fallen over in her house. As they approach, they see Pat lying collapsed on the ground.
Oh, bless her. She's in the doorway.
Hello, Pat. You okay?
Hello, my sweet. Have you got any pain anywhere, Pat?
The back of my head.
The back of your head?
Where I go.
Have you bumped it on the door? Let's have a look then.
Michelle checks Pat over to work out if she's hurt herself.
You're held together by magic, you, ain't you?
Hello.
Hello, you all right?
What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm sitting down. Why?
Because I went to throw a few bits out for the bird.
Why?
Pat's daughter Sue lives over the road. She saw the ambulance pulling up outside her mum's house and rushed over.
Oh, for God's sake, Mother. You know you are not supposed to be doing anything. You broke your hip.
Sue tries to look after her mum, who's in a very fragile state. But with Pat not taking on all her advice, she's now at the end of her tether.
Will somebody pick me up?
Yes,
no,
Pat.
until we
Come
find
on.
out what's the matter with you.
Come on.
Oh.
Can you move this leg at all, Pat?
Hannah and Michelle need to move Pat so they can examine her properly.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, now my bottom hurts.
I'm not surprised. You've been sat on it a while, are you?
Hold on to Hannah there. That's
You hold on to me, I've got you. All right?
Yeah.
Is that better now? You're up.
Who's called the ambulance?
Did you press the
Press the
care
button.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
Just need to do a few checks. All right?
Put have done it on Monday, couldn't you? And I'd have got you back in the care home.
Oh, I'm not doing that without care.
Mum, if you want anything doing, you ring me. It's all right trying to be clever and do things yourself, and then this happens.
It's only 12 weeks since Pat broke her hip in similar circumstances. For Sue, the stress and worry about her mum is really getting to her.
What were you trying to do?
I've thrown some bits out for the bird.
Why?
Why not?
Why? Seriously, why?
The bird goes to be fed.
Losing her independence has been difficult for Pat. She's used to looking after herself.
I want a nice cup of tea now.
You can have a cup of tea. Yeah, you can have a cup of tea if you want one.
Do what, but I've got enough to do.
Are you in any pain?
I'm a naughty girl.
You sound a bit chesty. Let's pop this in your ear then, Pat.
Pat raised 4 children. One of her daughters had cerebral palsy, and Pat was her carer until she sadly passed away at the age of 63. After being a carer into her 80s, Pat's finding it difficult to cope with getting older.
Because I'm too independent, want to do it all myself.
Which is fair enough and understandable.
Hold that down for me.
But there's a time comes at 84 when it's time to sort of listen to other people and stop being so stubborn.
Sue is keen for her mum to move into a care home so she can be looked after 24 hours a day. But Pat wants to stay at home.
When she was in the care home, they put her in an assessment care home after she had this fall. She was doing really, really well. But she insisted, and the social worker agreed, that she needed to come home because she wanted to.
Yeah.
Sue thinks that the grief of losing a daughter has caused her mum's health to rapidly decline.
I know it's since we lost my sister. I know that had a massive, massive effect on her because she looked after her 24/7.
You're quite frail, and the only way you're going to get better is by resting.
Yeah.
The classic case of people that have been independent for the whole of their life, that have always looked after others, and then they get told to don't do this, don't do that, sit down. And obviously she spent the last however many years of her life doing everything for herself, so she thinks, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to feed the birds because that's what I want to do. So it's quite nice that they've still got the spirit in them to say, no, actually, I want to go and do this because, you know, that's part of their quality of life, isn't it?
Michelle listens to Pat's chest to get a clearer idea of what might be wrong.
There's a wheeze there, but not on every breath, if that makes sense. And it's bilateral as well.
We need some
but it kind, yeah, and it kind of... I think there's possibly a rub as well.
A pleural rub is an irritation of the lung lining caused by a chest infection.
The only danger is, in that sense, that if it's an infection that's been there for a long time, then it can turn into pneumonia and stuff like that.
The only thing that worries me, yeah, more than anything.
You come with us just to x-ray your chest, because it's not sounding too clever, Pat. Hold on to me. That's it.
You're a teacher herself.
That's fine. There we go.
Despite 3 courses of antibiotics, Pat still has a serious chest infection.
For now. Ready? Yeah. Come on then. Come on, hold my hand again. Lovely. You any good at dancing, Pat?
No, not very.
I was hoping you could teach me. There you are. All right.
OK then, they finish tomorrow anyway. Draw.
Let me know when you're ready, Han.
Whenever you are, my dear.
Okie doke.
Pat, I'm going to pop this on your ear. All right.
Hannah monitors Pat during the journey to hospital.
Put your finger in there for us, Pat. You're going to have to hold your finger up in the air, though, I'm afraid, because my cable's not big enough, so you're going to have to do your ET impression for me.
Worried about her breathing, Hannah gives Pat oxygen to make her more comfortable.
I'm going to make it a bit tight, Pat, just so it doesn't start to poke you in the eye, OK?
Oh, thank you.
Got yourself a breath. Oh. Couple of bumps, Pat, all right?
You ready?
Pat Pat will now have a chest X-ray and full medical investigation in hospital.
It must be quite the shock when you live across the road and you see an ambulance pull up outside your mum's house.
Yeah.
It was a bit awkward to start with, wasn't it, when Sue came in? I thought we were going to have to remove her from the situation.
Yeah, but I do like spirited old people like that are just like, you just kept saying, I'm a naughty girl or something like that. Yeah. I'm a naughty girl, I was like, I know you are. You're going to get yourself into trouble.
What made you want to be a paramedic?
Well, okay, basically, one of my flatmates had a seizure.
Oh, right.
And it was one of them where everybody else was panicking.
Yeah.
And he just kind of went into auto mode. She had no pulse, she went into arrest.
Oh!
I started doing CPR. And then we managed to get her back.
That's good.
Ambulance guys came here. By then, she'd picked up a bit, and then she was coming round. But it was only afterwards I kind of thought, I actually can do this.
I can do this?
Yeah.
It's coming up to 4:30 p.m. and ambulance crew Joe Wilson and Sam Grosvenor have just had a call come through for a woman who is suffering severe chest pain.
Chest pain on and off since 10:30 this morning.
With a history of angina, she could be at risk of having a stroke or fatal heart attack.
Let's go.
All right. Is it for you, is it, Leslie?
Hello, mate.
So what's gone on then? Just give us a brief overlay.
Cleaning the shed out, just getting some bits and pieces out.
Yeah.
I've had the pain from about 10:30 this morning, but that seemed to get worse through the day, and I've took this a number of times for a tail.
Right, OK. When you were told you didn't shed out any heavy lifting?
I lifted the cupboard up.
Oh, right, OK. That's fine.
It's empty, so...
OK. And whereabouts is the pain in your chest?
All here and all down my arm.
All on your left side and down your arm?
Yeah.
Any in your neck?
Just a little bit here.
A little bit in your neck, OK. And what's that pain like? Can you describe it to me?
Just a tight pain.
Just a tightness, like constricting?
Yeah, there's like
right.
pins and needles in me.
Okie dokie.
Joe and Sam now need to work out if the pain is a muscular one caused by clearing the shed, or more worryingly, a cardiac-related pain.
What Sam's going to do is he's going to quickly take your blood pressure and put you on a heart monitor, check your oxygen levels, and we'll give you an ECG as well because you're complaining of the chest pain. Does anything make it worse?
Leslie's understandably anxious about the pain because she has a family history of heart problems.
Well, my mum had heart problems now, died in January, so...
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Did she die of?
Had enlarged heart, she had strokes, she had breast cancer and had a fall and it killed her.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
7 months and I still ain't got out of it.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, mate.
Take a quick cough for me. Lovely. Nice deep breaths.
Does it make it worse, mate?
It's when I cough then.
Right, I just need you to stay really still for a minute, OK? Try not to talk, just breathe normally.
Leslie's heart rate checks out as normal, which is good news. But she's not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, that's fine, that means.
What's your pain, mate, out of 10? 10 was the worst possible pain in the world, 0 was no pain. As you sat here now.
Probably about 7.
About a 7 out of 10, that's quite high. Does anything make it worse, the chest pain? If you raise that arm, is that...
Yeah, it's killing.
Yeah, if you move your arm, it makes it worse?
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Is it?
Because that means it's more muscular than anything. All right.
Probably a pulled muscle or something?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Trapped nerve or whatever.
OK, well, it sounds like it's more muscular. It's our advice with any chest pain that you do, pop down to the hospital, just to be checked out. It's just a case of having a couple of blood tests, just to make sure, because when you do have something wrong with your heart, you release an enzyme that can be red through your bloods. Don't think it's that. I think it's absolutely muscular because it wouldn't be hurting when you move like you are and that lot. Like is it your son? Yeah, said just the possibility you've got a bit of a trapped nerve. That's why it's getting worse and ongoing.
A pub landlady for 34 years, Leslie retired recently after finding it was affecting her health. She's already on prescribed cocodamol to ease some back pain, and Joe asks her to take her daily dose. While they wait for it to take effect, they get talking to Leslie's son, Ben.
He's training to go in the army.
Oh, yeah?
He's wanting to go.
Where are you going into?
Oh, yeah.
Both Joe and Sam are ex-army.
So that's a good career.
Good
I
life.
did 9 years in the engineers.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, his cousin was in Fur. Alan,
11 years.
he done 11 years
Royal
there.
Logistics.
Royal Logistics there, yeah.
Is he who made you go for Royal Logistics?
Yeah, he taught me about it.
Is he? I've got engineers, man, honestly.
While they've been nattering, the cocodamol has been doing its job.
It's 3 when I'm... Oh, John.
He's easing off now, this pain is, you know, here.
Yeah, should we pop you down the hospital then, or...?
I'll be all right. Well,
I'll go down just to get checked out.
Okay.
For analysis.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Sounds all right then. Although we're diagnosed muscular pain, we can never be too sure. Our ECG is only sort of 99% certain. Ready when you are, Bert. And she'd need further blood tests at hospital, just to clarify that it's not cardiac related.
You'll have to wait when I get over there.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be too long because you'll just be there for an ECG and a blood test. Better safe than sorry, though, I always say.
Yeah. Because my mum had heart problems as well, you see, so...
Yeah, so you've got the family history of it, haven't you?
I had a leaking valve and a narrow valve done when I was 42.
Oh, right, yeah.
And in the last 2 years, I had an enlarged heart. I had loads of strokes.
Yeah.
Breast cancer. I'm bloody full, what killed her.
When was this?
The 6th. On the Friday, it was on the Friday morning. So me and my son got a taxi over there, but I missed it by about 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As they pull up at the hospital, Leslie is feeling much calmer.
Just pop that off the end of your finger. You can pick your nose now.
Leslie will be assessed to check if it's her heart that's causing the pain.
So I would advise any young lad or young lady to join the military. I think it makes a man out of you, teaches you a bit of respect, a bit of dignity. You know, and it's the right thing to do, isn't it, to serve your country?
Yeah.
Really.
Been there, done that, Joe.
That's it, mate.
For that stupid hairstyle with the what women have with the bun on top, and it looks like a literal roll on their head. I hate that.
What's the punishment for that going to be?
Beheading.
It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Well, mine is a just but harsh society.
Wouldn't you just slice the bun off?
No.
Debunning?
No, because then they could just grow their hair back and they'd only do it again, because people like that never learn.
OK. Speeding.
Speeding, you should be set between 2 cars, 100 yards apart, and they should accelerate as quickly as they can into each other, with you in the middle. That'll teach you.
OK. Drive with no insurance.
Oh. At any point, at any time, someone can jump out at you and smash one of your kneecaps with a hammer, because you never know what's going to happen. Because an accident could be at any time, and this will teach them that.
It's early evening, and paramedic Gaz Clark and technician Lee Timbrell are out on patrol when an urgent call comes in.
97 thanks, stability different Cat 1 call Brown Hills.
We're going to a 2-year-old limp and floppy, lethargic, high temperature, vomiting.
A child in this condition is a priority for the team. Time is of the essence.
Hello there, sir. Where are we going?
The crew are wearing body cams and catch everything as it happens.
Where are we going?
Hello.
Mum Beth has called 999 because her 2-year-old son Joey has been vomiting and has a sky-high temperature.
Hello. Oh, very red.
Let's just do it. That's it. He feels toasty. Yeah, T-shirt needs to come off, Mum.
Everything down to the nappy.
What's the settee like downstairs? It'll leather. We're going down there and he's going to lie on the leather.
Just by putting a hand on Joey, you could feel his body temperature was quite high. So we always resort back to the simple things that every person can do. Strip the person off, get rid of the bedding, get rid of the top clothes. We need to cool him down by natural means first, then we can sort out what medical interventions we might need.
How's he been out the last couple of days, Mum?
We've seen him the GP this morning.
Yeah.
The GP's given him amoxicillin for an ear infection. He's just vomited it.
That's it, young man. Everything's got to come off.
But as Joey's not been able to keep down the antibiotics, he's now burning up and feeling very unwell.
We open the doors, Mum?
Yeah.
Gaz and Lee carry out their observations, and if Joey will let them, his blood sugar levels.
He's got some yucky rubbish coming out of his ears. Wouldn't let the doctor look in his ears.
He's not going to like this.
No.
All right,
That's the proper reaction. That reaction we like.
They need to get Joey's temperature down, so have to find a way of getting medicine in him.
We need to keep an eye on the temperature. Yeah. He's not allergic to anything, he's not asthmatic or anything like that.
It's 100 milligrams in 5 ml, one packet.
Ibuprofen should help cool him down, but Joey's not having it.
Never seen a kid do that before.
With any kind of infection, it tends to raise the body's temperature. This is a byproduct of fighting the infection. It's important to take the right medication to cure the symptoms. With adults, they know that they need to eat and drink. With children, it's a bit harder to do so. We need a few little tricks up our sleeve.
To help encourage him, Lee mixes the medicine with yoghurt.
You hold doggy for me.
Just wait until he settles.
But it's no more popular. Gaz and Lee decide to leave the mixture for Joey to settle down. They wait to see if he'll cool down naturally. In the meantime, Lee's found a friend who shares a passion.
Doctor, if Transformer booked an appointment
Oxygen levels
at the
100%.
hospital,
Normally they'd expect 98.
you would be able to fix
But
it.
because he's just been crying, he's been
Or do you
breathing a lot
think
more
it would
air.
have to go to a mechanic?
It would have to go to a mechanic.
I cannot believe you just asked me.
Definitely would have to go to a
But what
mechanic.
if it ran out of energy?
Then he'd probably have to go to a space mechanic.
Meanwhile, Joey is calming down.
No, I just need to do... No, gently.
See how accurate yours is?
It didn't hurt before. It didn't hurt before.
Having waited 30 minutes, Gaz wants to check Joey's temperature again.
That's lovely.
And it's good news as it's gone down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like...
Packed full of flaps.
And it tells
Is it the female edition?
Yeah. You can go to bed now. Yeah.
Gaz and Lee are satisfied they can leave Joey at home with his parents, who are happy to give him more medicine in due course.
You did.
He didn't want that medicine mixed in with his food, most definitely.
But scenario where the parents had done all the right things.
Yeah.
And the kid just took a very sudden turn for the worse and they rang us. Did everything right.
Curry is not going to be an option, is it? Or Chinese? They're not open yet. No, that's the problem. They're not open. Fish and chips.
It's coming up to 5 p.m. And for paramedic Tina Spittle and technician Donna Parcell, thoughts turn to dinner.
KFC. KFC. Oh, really? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, now we got a job instead. Got 50-year-old Peter with abdominal pain, and groin pain and leg pain.
Cyclist Peter was at his mum's house when he was suddenly crippled in pain, so she's called 999.
Ambulance. Oh. OK, sweetheart.
I was in terrible pain.
OK. Hello, darling. What can we do for you today?
Oh, God. It's my left leg.
Your left leg, OK. You just have a feel of your wrist. You stay where you are, if you're comfy.
I can't move. The pain is unreal.
Whereabouts in your leg is it?
It's inside my leg.
Top, middle, bottom?
It starts from the groin and goes all the way down.
All the way down?
To my toes.
OK. Is it worse if you try and move?
Oh, yeah.
OK.
Peter recently had a serious bike accident, which could be the cause of his excruciating pain.
It sounds like a nerve problem. It sounds like sciatica that's obviously moved round to the front.
I had it about this time last year.
OK. And it's similar kind of thing?
This is unreal.
So have you taken gas and air before?
Yeah, gas and air.
Yeah, we'll give you that just to start things off.
But back pain isn't the only problem that Peter is trying to cope with.
Are you on any medication at the moment for anything?
Just methadone, but I haven't had it today.
OK.
Oh, that's not going to help, is it?
Not really.
Peter's using methadone to help wean himself off a heroin addiction.
How long have you been off heroin for?
Almost 6 months now.
That's good. Well done, you. How good are your veins, then?
Oh, I've never injected in my life.
Oh, OK. So how did you used to take it? Smoked it. OK, darling. Well, that's a good thing, because that means your veins are OK.
Tina's priority is to get Peter's pain under control. She decides to give him a combination of gas and air and intravenous paracetamol before taking him into hospital.
What will they do for it?
But if it is sciatica, it's strong painkillers until that nerve releases, unfortunately. But obviously we can't give you those strong painkillers.
It's time to get Peter to the ambulance. But even with the painkillers beginning to kick in, it's still going to be difficult.
1, 2, no! Oh. Yeah, pop this in your mouth. Suck, suck. That's it. What you need to do is you need to stand. You need to get up straight. But with it as quick as you can. Here you go. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
OK, now take the gas, take the gas. Ready?
God, help me. Oh, Lord.
OK, I've got you. There you go.
Oh.
Well done, well done.
Oh, God. It's killing me.
All right, sweetie, all right.
Oh.
OK, let's get you on the ambulance.
Please.
Do you want to get you a chair?
Please.
OK,
I
I've got you.
can't walk.
Okay.
No way can I walk.
OK. Seeing people in pain is always difficult, and sometimes, with the best will in the world, we can't resolve that pain in the pre-hospital setting. But unfortunately for Peter, he was still in pain despite our best efforts. I'll hold on to the good leg, not the bad. OK. You've landed, darling. OK. Let me have this off you.
Oh, God.
You can keep hold of that and keep going on it.
Please and please.
Hold on, let me just bring it round this way.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, God.
Can you take that out of the way for you?
Oh, God.
Right, we're going to go one move onto there, and then you can lie down. I'm going to help with the trousers. 1, 2, 3. Well done.
No.
Bring these legs up, and then you can no more moving. Of course I can.
Oh, God.
There we go. Peter, more gas. Wherever's comfortable. Do you want me to lie you down a bit more? Yeah? How's that? Peter, is that OK for you there? Right. Yeah. All right, darling. If you want to move into a better position, you move. Peter, you tell me if this helps, OK? If it doesn't, we'll leave you where you are. You tell me. How's that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, God.
Is that better? OK, darling. Peter had a history of drug abuse, unfortunately, so that limits us as to what pain relief we can give. So with the morphine, for him, it could have reinstigated his addiction. It's sort of a very, very last resort because he's worked so hard to come off the substances that we don't want to go and then reignite that need for it.
With Peter safely in the ambulance, Tina wants to know, out of 10, how bad the pain is now.
What would your magic number be at the moment? I know it's probably way above 10 when we moved you, but what would you say it is now?
I'd say about 6.
About a 6. So it is calming back down. That's a good thing. It is going to be a bumpy, but we will try and be as smooth as we can. All right. I can't dispute that it will be bumpy.
Donna heads for the hospital. In the meantime, Tina finds out a little more about Peter and the problems he's been having.
I got knocked off my bike, didn't I?
Oh. You're not having a good time of it, are you, recently, by the sounds of it? You've had a right run of it then, haven't you, really, in the last 12 months? And you've managed to come off drugs through all of that. Honestly, don't kid yourself how hard that is.
Oh, I thought you meant...
No, I mean, as in, like, to manage to do that even when you're fitting well without the problems that you've obviously experienced.
That's why I relapsed.
Did you relapse? When did you relapse?
6 months ago.
So how long had you been clean for before then?
Oh, almost 6 months.
Well, well done. And you're hitting the 6 month mark now?
Yeah.
Again?
Just nearly.
Well done.
End of this month.
Fantastic. Well done, you. And how long were you using before then?
Oh, years.
Years.
10 years.
Finally, 55 minutes after arriving to help Peter, Donna pulls into the hospital.
We're here, all right? You are... Don't worry, we're not going to ask you to climb out and walk into hospital. You're staying on there. Oh, okay. All right? So don't panic. Just because it's... Yeah. Hello. How are we doing? Right. You relax there as much as you can. We'll try and be as gentle as we can.
He's still in pain, but now Peter will get a full medical assessment and hopefully an end to his agony.
Oh, little person syndrome. There we go. And this one. Ugh. Well, he said to me, because he's a bike rider, riding his bike actually helped. And I said, yeah, it will do, because it's stretching that muscle group and it will release the nerve. Yeah. So he said to me, I've got to get on my bike again, haven't I? I went, yeah.
Wendy's overdose has made her face up to the fact that she needs to make changes in her life. As the crew advised, she took the following week off work to recharge her batteries. She's decided to stay off her antidepressants and has made an appointment with her GP to have counselling. She's now feeling positive and looking forward to the future. Pat, who fell over feeding the birds, had several more falls after leaving hospital. Sue was very concerned for her mum's safety, and Pat agreed to move into a care home. Sadly, the same day, Pat had a seizure and stroke and passed away in hospital 4 days later. When Leslie was taken to hospital, the doctors discovered that her chest pains were angina-related. After regular visits to the doctor, she's now under the supervision of a heart specialist who keeps a close eye on her, monitoring her frequently for any abnormal changes. 2-year-old Joey is back on fine form after a nasty ear infection. Luckily, he didn't need to go to hospital, and a course of stronger medication had the infection cleared up in no time. The family were even able to enjoy a pain-free sightseeing trip in London the following weekend. Peter's pain was caused by a long-term nerve condition called fibromyalgia, which developed as a result of a previous bike accident. He stayed in hospital for 2 days, where he received medication to manage his pain.
Can you give me a squiggle?
Go on then. I'm famous now though, so still get them while they're free.